And welcome back to How Not to Make Comics. Today we're going to look at a deck called Mentality. It's my take on the Elemental Tribal that everybody's making. In fact, Dev from Strictly Better MTG just made a deck, and my heart dropped because I thought he'd have just a clearly better version of my deck, but mine does something a little bit different, so I think it's still interesting. We'll see how this goes because I now have guinea pigs and they make all sorts of noises. All right. So let's get started. All right. So up at the top, I've got a little bit of 2 drops. Oh, I forgot. I later took out the summoner because she just doesn't trigger the deck the way I wanted to. So I mostly have cheap elementals out, so that way I can get out Reef Rising and just draw and draw and draw and run myself out of cards so I can get Jace out. And also I've got 3 Thunder Drakes, so every time I play 2 cards in one turn, I'm getting I'm getting a draw. And then I have the Soul of Rapids, I'm sorry. I get a counter every time with the Thunder Drake. That's what it does. I don't know what I was thinking. I was trying to read at the same time. Yeah, I have Soul of Rapids in there because Soul of Rapids, it has hexproof, and when somebody's got a big flyer out, flying is kind of the weakness of this deck, so it's important to have something they can't easily remove. On the lands, I went with the Tribal Land, which I'm suddenly blanking the name of, but it allows you to create a mana of any type as long as you have the land. You can create a mana of any type as long as you're summoning a creature type, and so I picked elementals. I use that card a lot for my tribal decks, and then also Evolving Wilds, because not only does it help effectively run my library out faster, but it also makes it so I don't get mana flooded that often. So, alright, so I've got all 3 of my colors here, which is good. Yeah, so the Risen Reef is what I need to get out first. But it's also why I have a lot of 2 drops to help not only bait removal, but get out there. And then I do have I want to put the 6-drop Chandra in, because that ability to do 3 or 4 damage to every non-elemental is pretty nice. Though I'm not in a super hurry because I've run into so many elemental decks. It's like everybody's playing this right now. So when it goes out of vogue a little more, I might put her in. Though she's still removal, so she's helpful because she can minus X, do X damage. Alright, so reveal. Okay. Wasn't really. Alright, the tricky thing with getting the Jace out is that I have to have 3 islands, basically. Alright, so, which isn't that hard to do as long as I See, I'm already up to 2, so that's good. Another thing, so I have the cat elemental in here, and then there's an elemental. I'm so bad about remembering the names of cards. But I have one. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, so here's where the Evolving Wilds comes in handy too, is because it's it'll help me get that third island. Okay. Oh, cool. So I'll be able to put a counter on this guy now, because I'll probably. Alright, hold on. I've been playing my other deck that has a lot of elementals and land shenanigans, so I started to forget what deck I was playing. Okay. Alright, so I put it on this with the idea that I could attack and then still kill that charger. So I haven't updated a lot lately because those like special events. I was doing my format a little bit differently, and it just really messed me up. I was trying to do like hour-long updates, and I just don't have time to record for that long. And I also kept having technical difficulties, so I was gonna have to do a ton of editing to get those out. So, yeah. I might try to put together the Singleton episode, even though it'll be dated because it won't have any of the updates. Yeah. And because I have Overgrowth Elemental, I really don't mind losing an elemental, but at the same time, you know, oh, I'm surprised I didn't block the other one. I don't remember what my thinking was on that. I can't remember. Does that guy have first strike? Is that why I didn't do it? Maybe I was thinking he had first strike and he does it. I'm not quite sure what. Alright. I don't have any red mana. So, can't get out the Omnath. Also, planeswalkers are effectively a life gain because in a lot of cases, because they pretty much have to deal with them right away. So that means they're not attacking or they're not hitting you in the face. I'm surprised I didn't just swing over there. I think I'm hoping to run out of cards, so. This is a tough spot. bringing out that elemental would have helped. So I would have had an air blocker. Yeah, barely lived through that. Yeah, I think I already took this Chandra out. She's not terribly useful. Alright. I'm playing this mostly because I need to cycle through things. I'm tempted to put, is that a Helm of Control? But it allows you to make a copy of your, of a creature, and that could get out of hand real fast in this deck. I should probably check out that one dude. It's kind of overkill, but whatever. Oh, okay, yeah, so I'll use Chandra. Yeah, I probably should have used the Chandra and used her negative ability to do 2 damage to that guy. I like when I record the commentary a few days after recording the actual video, because I really don't remember what the hell, if I won or not. Alright, if I can live till next turn, I'll be in a good situation, because I can gain life from losing creatures. I haven't been doing the math on this, but I would have them down to like 5 life by now if I'd been attacking with that thing, but I also, with red and white, I can't really... It's kind of a big risk that they could have a flying haste creature. Luckily, it's just a double strike trample. Oh, so he kind of messed up here because this gives him first strike, and which means that I'm not hurting him, which means that he doesn't do damage straight to my face. Okay, yeah, so I probably would have played the Catalyst Elemental, sacrificed it, and then played Chandra, gave him a +2, and then run over with my Drake and kill him. I guess I could have... Oh, well, yeah, I guess I could have skipped the Catalyst step and just gone to Chandra, so... That one worked out well. Fox. Okay, so you get out 2 different creatures, so that's good. And I have my alternative win condition in my hand. I like Thunder Drake. I built a Cascade deck because I thought one of the War of the Spark special events was going to be a Cascade, and it wasn't, so... Alright, so still 2 mana. But when I get out the Embercat, I'll be able to bring out the Cloudkin Seer next turn. Oh, I think this is aggro blue, like artifact flying deck. Alright, since I'm Mammoth Draft especially, not gonna block this. Yeah, I think next time I'm gonna do my deck Real Estate Scam. It's one of my oldest decks, but it didn't quite work, and I just the M20 just gave it the final piece it needed. Alright, I guess I want to land off of this. Yeah, because it's not as good as a land, but it's not the worst either, so. Okay. Only got a land. Let's talk. Okay. So I went with the Thunder Drake. I'm not gonna attack, obviously, but now I have enough power to take out that Djinn. And then next turn I can play, I'll be able to play at least 2 creatures. Well, I'll be able to play 2 creatures. I don't think I block. Nope. Alright. I shouldn't say nope already. Oh. Surprised I took this trade. That was a 2-for-1 at least. It's better than a 2. Wasn't the 2-for-1 I thought it would be, but it was a 2-for-1. Alright, now I don't get any benefit of playing 2 cards on 1 turn. But I do it anyways. I mean, other than having another body in. Well, oh, and running my library out a little bit. But what's nice about that is I don't think anybody's expecting that strategy. I haven't run into it. Not ideal. Pretty desperate times when I'm sacrificing a Risen Reef. Alright, got another flyer out. Not sure how I could squeak out a victory at this point. Ooh, I'm really playing dangerously now. Oh yeah, that's the good thing about them not removing my Lightning Mare. Is that it still counts as an elemental for doing damage, so that's good. I don't think there's any blue haste creatures, so attacking with my flyer is okay. Your little feet. Okay. It's better than removal because I still get to add counters for land drops. Have to block at this point, even though the mana would still be helpful. Okay, now they have to use a spell to raise their flyer up high enough to not to attack me and at least remove my flyer. Okay. I just went to swipe it to put it out. I forgot that I'm watching a video. Okay. So... Alright, so now I've got good flying protection. I need card draw. You probably won't be able to hear it, but guinea pigs are making noise. Okay. There's an artifact. So he's got 2 flyers. I only have 1 life. Oh, but I have 2 flyers now, that's right. And if I lose a flyer, I just gain a life. Trips me out that they have the same card I do. You'd think they'd play the Thopter that lets you draw a card for 3 because it, you know, gives you, because they have artifact synergy in their deck, so I'm not sure why they went with the Elemental. I guess just the increase of power. And since they rely on flyers, need to beef up my guy. Finally getting this one out. Not sure why I put it on that one for going against blue. Alright, I do have 3 islands out now, so I can play Jace if I want to. Okay. Well, I got the big boy out. Yeah, it seems like they have more flying going on than artifact synergy. It's kind of a weird deck. Okay. Have that summoner. I probably won't use her. I did put a is that Reliquary Tower in the deck because I have had to discard from having too many cards, more than 7 cards at the end of my turn in this deck. So I did put 1 copy in there. I don't know if it's happened to me since then. Yeah, it's a big enough threat. I don't know if they have to do anything about it, but if not this turn, definitely next turn. Ooh, they're really thinking about it. Alright, cool. They double block to kill him. We'll probably switch that guy out eventually. Not the most useful ability. The only time there is a situation where it comes in handy, I don't remember if it happens in any of these games, but if I have him out, if I'm basically pillow forted out, and then I get my there's an elemental that counts how many counters you have on creatures, and then nothing with a power less than that can block it, and so then it's nice to swing in with a huge power. But I might be better off with like another Cloudkin Seer or something. The description will be, or the deck list will be in the description below. Oh yeah, that was another thing I did for the War of the Spark events. I accidentally deleted the decks I was using when I was done collecting everything, and so I couldn't post them in the description. I was like, fuck it. Alright, done. I start beefing up a second guy, or can buy Gaia's Protector is pretty cool. It's not as good. There's an elf that's much better. It's black-green, and all creatures must block it, which is much nicer. But for the elemental synergy, this one works well in this deck. Zoned out there for a second. Well, he slept like an hour. Okay, target elemental. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. Beefing them up. I want them to have to block with more than one creature, so that's why I raised the Gaia's Protector up. Yeah, here's where I'm running into having to discard. So yeah, this is the situation where I definitely want an alternative win condition, because he keeps making more flyers. I've only got 3 life. Alright, they're gonna quit. I'm never sure what good game means. Okay, it's already big, might as well. Okay, I should have played this back at a slightly higher speed, but I didn't realize how long the game ran when I started recording. And I don't want to start over now. And I don't want to sound like Ben Shapiro, so I'm not going to speed up my own voice. Alright. This will be nasty. Okay. Probably take out his big guy. Boom. Alright. And death triggers. Mill myself out a little bit more. I've considered putting some kind of recursion in this deck. I'm actually thinking about taking the Chandra out and putting out the Planeswalker. She's blue and green. Tamiyo. Because she'll help mill me out and give me a recursion, so I'm heavily considering that. It'd really play up the alternative win condition of this deck. And I probably should have just brought out that summoner several turns ago and then attacked. That's kind of where I messed up on here, is because if I would have attacked, I've got so much freaking mana out, that would have been like 10 elementals coming into play, which would have, drawn 10 cards. So, yeah, that I probably could have milled myself out faster with that summoner if I did that. So I might have to put her back in the deck, because I took her out because I was playing too many other elemental decks who had that Chandra out, and they would destroy all other non-elementals. So I was just like, I don't want to play that. Alright, be smart, play the Drake. Well, that works out well. I've got 2 evolving, and I've got 2 lands in there, so. Started zone out there again. And they quit. Deck was looking pretty thin, but I didn't quite get to mill out, so. Alright, last game. Looks like it's going to be a short one, going by my... It's only 8 minutes long, so I don't know if this is the game I lost or not. Okay, I don't have the mana for that guy, for the Lightning Stormkin, which is unfortunate. Yeah, so this deck does need some tuning from this point. Oh, actually, I didn't think about this. The deck in the description will be the tuned version of this, because I have already edited the deck. So. Yeah, I think I pillow fort more than anything with this deck, so I really should think about putting that summoner back in, and then just. Because if you have Reef Risen, that, yeah, bringing out 10 elementals is just kind of crazy. And then again, Tamiyo would be really good. Because Recursion's nice in general, but also throwing out some cards would be nice. I guess it depends if I have any Thunderkin Awakeners. If I have any of those, I should think about putting that in instead. Okay. Yeah, this deck works better on the back foot, especially against red aggro. Oh shit. Oh yeah, this is the game where I decided to take the summoner out. Or it was the game after this, because yeah, it was like 3 decks in a row. I was like, First with that having a 3/3 flyer, it's going to be hard for them to do shit with that. Unless they have multiple. Yeah, there was somebody else playing who they must have had 4 in their deck, because I think I destroyed at least 3. But I wasn't using the elemental deck. But it did sway my decision in taking her out. Having a couple flyers and being able to give them all a +2 on an attack is pretty nice. I think that was my logic on this.
I'm ready to fight.
It's kind of amazing I survived that. They must have thought that I had something in my hand.
We're done here.
Smother their ability to generate mana. I don't know why they have 5. Or I think it's probably more to keep them from attacking me. Alright, now I'm going to pull the little bastard out. Next turn, that'll be a tough choice to make. Might as well get rid of their only blocker.
I just want to hug all those fire critters.
Yeah, so with that Chandra out, I can either get another 2 elementals out or give all of them +2. So I think with the amount of mana I have, that I think I'd rather have the +2. Okay. I think I was partially doing this just to experiment to see how this worked. Because did it, oh, no, I messed up. I just messed up. Alright. That was the other reason I took her out, is because she didn't interact with Chandra well, because she doesn't actually, because Chandra gives all the elements. It's not like a effect or whatever. It only affects the elementals that are in play. So that is it. I don't know if it was the most representative, but it works and I'm tired, so I will catch you guys next time.